Hi people, got a Sportsjet 175 V6. I've got a lot of information from YouTube, so I thought I'd donate some back after the helpful hints I've got to fix this Mercury. I've got a Sportsjet. I've just redone the wearing. There's been a video on there how to look at the wearing, but I feel a video needs to be done of how to actually get this wearing off. I've had a few troubles, so I want to show you what I've done. I've already assembled this wearing, but I'll show you the things we need to do to get it off. As you can see here, I've bought new baffles. They're about $100 each. Just be wary of those. So they do come with this nut here already on it, and through the back there you'll see it comes with its lock washer as well. To get this outer casing off, it's not too bad. You've got a rubber hose here, slide that off. I've already taken that off. You've got your steering rudder, just a bolt to take that off, and you've got a split pin here to remove that. Then you're going to undo these 4 bolts. Now I took this to the mechanic. The mechanic stripped the heads of the bolts. You cannot rebuy flanged head bolts. Just make you aware of that. So I've got some grade 80 316 stainless steel bolts. Don't get the grade 80 because that's what came off them. And they're 10mm M10s. And I've already undone those. You will probably going to need oxyacetylene to heat them up to get them off because they are stuck. A word of warning, don't use a standard socket. Get yourself an impact socket. You will strip the heads. The ones the mechanic took it off, strip the heads, hence the reason I've had to replace them. Just remember I'm waiting on some ones underneath here. There's ones there. The M710 bolts won't fit in there. It'll hit this piece up here. So you're going to have to grind the heads down to make an M15 bolt for you to tighten up with a tension wrench, which is 43 foot-pounds. As you can see here, I'm waiting on one of these because the bush cracked. Very hard to come by. Again, that part there is $139 bought from America. As you can see, the bush fell out. There's supposed to be bush in there. That bush is in there, that one's not. I didn't realise it was too late. I tightened it and it cracked, and it's pretty worn anyway. So I've got a new one coming, hence the reason why this has not been fully assembled yet. That's the last thing you've got to do. But once you've undone those 4 bolts, that just slides off. It is a nice fit, as you can see. It comes off. Then you're left with this now. Can I just say the next thing you need to remove, in order you hop down underneath the boat, you've got 2 screws under here, there, and there. They are not Allen bolts, they're torque head bolts. I used a shifter with a torque bolt and just wriggled it backwards and forwards until I freed it up. They were very tight, very hard to get off. Luckily I didn't shear the torque bit. Next thing you have to do is these ones here. You've got 1, 2, you've also got nylock bolts there. They've been replaced. As you can see, the heads of them look pretty good because I did wear them out. I did use an impact driver to get that off. And also, as you can see, the colour there, I had to heat that up red hot to get them off. It will wreck your nylock nut there, since the reason it's a brand new one with another stainless steel. So once I heated that up, belted that with a impact driver, it eventually come loose, and then you can undo that at the same time. So that's a lock nut to that, and it's threaded into there. So all you do is you loosen that first, just a little bit, and then try and wriggle that backwards and forwards until you get that off. So once you get those 2 off, that will just slide out. It just slides out, so you don't need any. This doesn't have to come off with it. You can leave that on and undo those bolts there, those torque head bolts, and you can slide the whole lot out. These bolts here, which you know they've been replaced, as you can see, with the brand new M17 bolts again, because you couldn't replace them. You can't get flange bolts again with that. So again, that was heated up. So I'll put the oxyacetylene inside there, and underneath there, I heated those up red hot again to get those off. They're in very tight. This bolt down here especially, just to let you know, I almost sheared the head off it trying to get it off. It's bent, it's elongated, it's stretched, it's not looking good. So once you get those 4 off, that's fine. Then you've got the huge problem with this one here. You see in there, I've left those 2 tabs out. That's the tab that comes with your kit. To get that off, I actually had to make this up. So I erected a spanner, welded it on a pipe because it has to fit over the top of that tube to get into there, and to come with a driver socket. And I used an impact wrench to get that off. So that nut in there it's very hard to undo. Also, then there's another nut behind it, in behind there. To get that, that's the other half of the spanner. I had to get an oxyacetylene, again, bend that in half, so then that fits up inside of there. And that's how you can hold that nut still while putting this one on and undo it. This one over here is not as big. I didn't have the same problems. That did undo quite easily. So this one's just probably been on so long, it was seized, had a hard time. So that's some tips and tricks. So spanner, just bent over, and I also got a bit of steel, and as you can see, that came off there. I just got the other end and welded that on top, and that's the way I made that big long tube spanner to get over that stem there. Because that's part of your stem, you can't get rid of that, so that has to stay there. Once you get those two off, then undo these 4 bolts. It's really simple. When you slide this piece off, there's an oil seal. You're going to lose some oil. Just be wary about that. I just tipped it up so I don't lose too much, or you can drain it and refill the whole lot again. Once you get that off, then the wear ring will slide off. There is an O-ring behind it. I replaced both O-rings. Just be wary about the O-ring for the water jet. And then there's another video on how to use JB Weld. To give you the heads up, I used 8 packets of JB Weld to machine it, to build it up. Now I'm the luxury, I had a 4-jaw chuck lathe. I put 3 tubes on, then I machined it. Then I put another 2 tubes on, and I machined it. And I just kept machining it until I got it the right depth. Just remember the water jackets in there, you got to keep taking out. Make sure you get blow compressed there, and you check that it's got a full cleanage of your water jet. So I can't bring the the wear ring out because it's in there, but I don't know if you can see that. My impeller was rusted. I spent a fair bit of time. You can see in there, it's a bit of shiny surface. You can see the JB Weld. You can see how much then also that I've cleaned that up a little bit there. You can see how shiny the impeller is now. I spent a fair bit of time on shining it up, getting it all the rust off, and then I applied some wax to it. I didn't paint it in that. I painted wax to try and keep the water to run off. It hasn't got much clearance there now. I'm eager to see how it goes. I think the next thing I'm going to do is take the impeller off and build up the impeller as noted on another YouTube video. Just to let you know, behind that there's a big nut. It's about 24 millimeters and it's got another stem. I made this, so that's the size of the nut that comes off with it. I welded a tube and an impact socket on there, and I did get it off that with an impact wrench. It is a normal lefty loosey righty tighty nut, so that's pretty easy to get off. But it did come off, but to let you know, I could not remove the impeller. It was on there pretty good. I had an idea of using tie downs on a puller, because the way the blades are, you can't put any claws down it. So that's one way. I heated it up red hot, the impeller. I don't know if anyone's got any other ideas of getting it off, but it was smoking. I had it that hot and I still couldn't budge the impeller. So yeah, just to give you a heads up about that. I think that was my next idea. The shaft coming out here does have a little hole in it. You could put the a puller in there so it comes out evenly, but I think, yeah, tie downs might be the go. Assembling was pretty good. These bolts here, it does say to use perfect seal. I looked it up and you can actually use another sealant. It's called so something about aerodynamics. I'll get it for you in a second. Anyway, it's very messy. It says use to seal the bolts and make sure that no water and it doesn't clog. I think an anti-seize would be better, because again, I had so much trouble getting these off. This would be an easy job if everything wasn't so tight and seized. Anyway, I didn't replace the seals or bearings in here because I saw how much of a job it was to get them out. It has a cap here, a bolt, comes out fairly easy. When I put it on, I filled it up till the oil comes out and then tightened the screw back up again. Assembly was pretty easy. That all went in. I put aqua seal on all these bolts before I put them in, and I'm up to putting the unit here on now. As you can see, I actually JB welded all that inside there, so that was all worn. So I wanted a smooth surface going right through there, and I've done it right through the whole lot, so it comes through there again. Yeah, I'm ready to assemble it again now. Back onto there again, and then I should be ready to go. They did say there was no clearance between the impeller and the wear ring. I have got it scraping down. I used a bit of emery paper just to get any high spots, and to it is fairly a fine fit through there now. Look, if you've got any more questions, let me know, and I'll try and help you out, because I've got valuable experience from you guys posting ideas on these boats to get it going, because when I first got this boat it wouldn't run at all, and thanks to you guys I've got it up and running. So I wanted to share the love back and help you guys out too, if anyone having troubles with their impellers or jet units, try and get them running. So I hope that helps. Yeah, just remember, don't use standard sockets, use impact sockets, because you will round the bolts and they are hard to get hold of. If you find a place where I can find some flanged head bolts, I couldn't. They said they just don't make them for that type of bolt I need, because that's a 150mm long M10, and yeah, I couldn't get a flanged head. So what I've done also, that Hydra seal, I put it on around the washers, so it'd seal the washer to the bolt as well. All right, I hope that helps you out, guys. Put assembly is just the same as reversal. I've taken it off. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Bye.